Table Talk, guys, the show that you love, where we talk about your topics using that old hashtag Table Talk on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter and you're like tweeting at your favorite people or your friends, and you're like doing some BS about dog food or something, and you're like, wait a minute, I want to ask the SourceFed crew about something, all you have to do is type literally anything you want, use that hashtag Table Talk in the damn tweet, send it to us, and it just might make it in the bowl.
So have you ever eaten dog food?
I think you have, haven't you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Just throw it under the bus.
the dry stuff. The dry stuff. I was
kibble.
just like, I'm going to just try it. I shouldn't do that again, but it wasn't bad.
So here's the thing.
I tried cat food.
Yeah.
Wait, the wet?
Pretty much
the
tuna.
wet kind?
Yeah.
You know that this is a sad story, but I used to work as a checkout chick at a supermarket, and a lot of old
Grocery store.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Would you guys call them
Checkout
checkout chick?
Hold
I have
on
to
a second.
translate.
Wait. Checkout chick is like an Australian term?
Yeah. Is it?
I mean,
American too?
but no, it doesn't sound like it's not American. It's not as weird as your
Checkout
like
chick in a supermarket.
pet hate.
Yeah, pet hates.
Like
pet hates.
Pet hate is weirder than checkout chick.
Okay.
Like checkout chick just sounds like someone being cheeky about talking about a checkout.
What if it was a checkout chick at a pet store and she hated it?
A checkout chick? At a
And
pet
then it was
store.
pet hate.
What if it was a checkout chick that sells chicken?
Yeah.
Long story short, TLDR. A lot of us. Someone told me this, and I was like, what? So I don't know if it's an urban legend, but they'll buy cat food because it's cheaper.
Yep.
And
That's why.
Oh no! You're talking about when they make like tuna.
Oh, this wasn't a
sandwich or
happy
something?
story. This was not a happy story.
That's
Wait.
why I tried cat food to see if I could go that
Live on
instead
the,
of
live
Okay,
on the
so
dole.
you live on the dole. It's all going to be Australian terms that you do not understand.
You are in an Aussie sandwich. I'm so sorry, guys. Our
sorry.
guest today is Alicia Malone.
Oh, that's right. We can't dismiss the
I was going to
fact.
say Bizarro Brie.
Yeah, you are Bizarro Brie.
Because every time Maude posts a picture of us, people are like,
That's a
she
funny
looks like
looking Brie."
she's cosplaying as Brie. And I'll take it because Brie is beautiful and a great actress.
Yeah,
as
she's
I saw
amazing.
in your short starring Martin. It's great.
Reunited is a short that if you have not seen it is on this very channel. You can click this link to check it out, or you can just look for it on the channel. It's probably only a couple videos back.
Now, Alicia, you've just got a new gig with our friends over at Screen Junkies. Tell us about that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
serious?
I love Screen Junkies. I love going on movie fights. You've gone on movie
Yes,
fights.
I
haven't you?
have.
It's really tough. I want to get Maude on movie fights too.
We gotta
you would
get
kill
her
it. Some of
in,
Star Wars.
man.
Yeah,
You
some of
get
Star
it?
Wars stuff. You kill it. Get it in, man.
Because Jason used
Oh.
to.
Yes,
Wasn't
that
he?
was a long.
That was a long time ago.
It's a long
but-
bow,
but
the-
you did well.
Well, I
You
mean,
hit the
there
target.
is a 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon with Jason Inman and the Screen Junkies.
Yes, it's 6 degrees, I think, with Screen Junkies and everyone, because they've had awesome guests on.
Yeah.
I got to host an episode of Movie Fights, and that was so much fun
What
to
was
be
it?
the judge.
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous because a lot of pressure is on the judge to get it right, and I had to judge a couple of Star Wars questions. And even though I've seen all the films, I don't like them as much as, say, Maude does, or don't know
I
as
watched
much
them all
about
again
it.
over the weekend.
Okay, so you
I
guys are
know.
both Star Wars fans, so I kind of want to put you guys on the spot a little bit. We love Star Wars. Like, I love Star Wars as well. I've got a problem with the prequels. You know this. But what I want to bring up to you guys is have you seen the Ewok movies?
Yes.
No.
No, the Ewoks used to be a TV show.
Okay, I'm not talking about the cartoon.
but
Is there some
that's-
kind of Christmas special?
Well,
with the
okay,
Ewoks?
there's several things.
The Caravan
there was a
of Courage?
That's what I'm talking about, right there. I don't think we've ever talked about this on Table Talk or on SourceFed.
Do
for
we
that
really
matter.
need to start now?
So, well, really quick.
Tell me about
the
it.
Star Wars Christmas special was something that came out after A New Hope, and I believe Mark Hamill is still healing from his car accident, so he looks a little strange. But there was also an animated segment within that with Boba Fett, and I think that segment was so popular. Excuse me. Thank you. I think that segment was so popular that they thank you. By the way, why the fuck?
We'll
Are we
get
gonna get
to
to this in
that,
a second?
yeah.
All right.
It's a
in my
treat
milk?
for you.
So that segment was so popular that they made an animated series based on Star Wars. They made 2 animated series, one called Droids, which was about C-3PO and R2-D2, and then another one called Ewoks, which was an animated series about the Ewoks. But that's not what I'm talking about, Alicia.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Caravan of Courage.
Courage.
And
that, yeah.
what was the other one called? search for. Hold on a second. No, fuck. Hold on.
Do you want Google really quickly?
No, I don't need Google, man.
Use
My
the
brain used to be
box.
full of useless Star Wars shit.
That's my favorite thing. Now you think about that. Here's the real test, everyone.
Ewok Adventure. The Ewok Adventure.
Play a game with yourself where if you're like, what was that song? Or what was her name? Don't Google.
Yeah.
First person to get it wins. Because we
Fuck.
are so heavily reliant on Google
know.
that our short-term memory,
It's
like
gone because of that.
activating those parts
Remember
of
when you had to go to the library and get an encyclopedia?
Yes.
I'm old.
Ooh, let's not talk about that.
Don't say
Yes.
And then it came out in CD-ROM, and it was like, whoa,
Ooh,
technology.
We've
Hold on
been
a
born
second.
in the mid-80s and
Jumped right. You jumped ahead of floppy disks.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that shit?
no one talks about floppy disks.
Well, not when porn is on. Drink some of that.
That's gonna
I
cut
can't
on your
remember the Ewok Adventure,
Okay, it's a
Caravan
work
of
scene,
Courage,
though.
and then the Ewok Adventure.
Long story short,
It's a
Celia,
canon.
it's not canon.
Okay.
It's not canon.
And it was an unspoken thing. They did it because they didn't realize that the hype of Star Wars would continue through Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, where albeit the Ewoks were in that and had more of a kiddie feel, but they're quite dark themes.
They are dark themes.
I am your father. Blah, blah, blah. You know, and to have like kid-friendly. Hold on, Alicia, do your impersonation of Star Wars.
My Star Wars
Yeah,
impersonation.
do Star Wars really quick. Let's hear your impression of Star Wars.
Okay, so Star Wars, all 6 movies in one.
Okay.
I am your father.
Wait, when did the Death Star blow up in there? There it is. That's my favorite part.
No hand.
Which
What was the?
That
was
was
that Chewbacca?
Chewie.
Okay, got it. Because I wasn't sure if that was you clearing your throat.
That's
Or
either
if it was-
Angry Chewie or current day Han
can't
Solo.
do it.
Or
I
yeah,
can't do it yet.
when Han Solo gets out of bed.
Just kill me now.
All of it was real. It's all true.
That's Jabba the Hutt, the tongue out.
Well, yeah, but whenever I do old people, I always involve my tongue in some way. It's weird. Like when I do my Christopher
Do we
Lloyd.
pick a topic?
Oh,
No.
Alicia,
okay.
jump on
But
in.
Ewok movies. We're not
Okay.
done talking
All right,
about
I'll
them.
try
I think
the
we're
Ewok
pretty
movies.
done.
I love the Ewok movies. Okay, so wait a minute. The second one is narrated by the first one?
Thank
The
you,
first
Owen.
one is narrated by
Martin Starr.
Martin Short.
Martin Short.
damn it, I'm trying.
Martin
Hold on.
Martin
My
Scorsese.
brain doesn't work. I've had a
Caesar
long
Goes
day.
Do not start a conversation you cannot
I know.
finish.
I've had a long day. I was out in the
It's
sun. I was out in the sun.
It was shady.
You should have more solar power from the sun.
Burl Ives! Narrated by Burl Ives, which
Gosh,
is,
I'm
by
so
the way,
glad we know that now.
by the way, no, here's why. Because
Oh.
Burl Ives is the greatest voice. He has the greatest voice
Can you
of
do
any
it?
human
I want
being.
to hear you do it.
Not many people can do it. I can't really do it. Owen can actually do it, but he's not going to do it for us.
We've been
But it's
working
basically-
on voices together.
I know we have.
What can you
I'm working
do?
on it.
Can you do Michael Caine?
Hold on. We'll get into that.
Okay.
I
So-
can't do Michael Caine. I'm
Michael
not very good.
Caine?
Michael Caine sounds like this.
That's
He's a
good.
bit raspier, but basically,
Yeah.
you're only supposed to
Just
blow
blow
the bloody doors off.
The only Michael Caine thing I can do is the Lamborghini Den. Like I love when he says that in the Batman films. I think it's Batman Returns.
Only thing I
So-
can do is exposition. That's all he does in Last Witch Hunter.
Oh boy.
Shuen says,
Hold on. Go ahead.
this is an easy one for me. If you had to
Right,
choose between books, comics, TV shows, and movies, what would you choose? You only have one thing for the rest of your life.
Oh,
Oh,
one guess,
fuck.
Alicia,
Wait,
movies
wait.
alone.
Oh, movies, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
that's all I do. That's all I do is watch movies.
Fuck reading, man. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh,
Ooh,
books, I do
ooh.
love books. What would you say,
Ain't
Maude?
nobody got time for that.
Books,
Okay,
TV shows,
okay. The thing about
SVU.
I'm going to tell you why TV shows and books are better than movies.
Oh God, don't even. There's no way. No, I'd like to hear what you have to say.
They last longer. So the thing about a TV show is that you get a series, and even if it's just one series, it's like maybe 6 episodes if it's not lucky, but that's 6 hours, or it's 22 or 24 episodes. So it keeps going, which means you can go more and more into the storyline and the characters, and you get more invested.
Okay, that's
and
actually-
it's not over too soon.
But I think
okay,
there's an
that's-
art in telling a full, complete story in one.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually,
what
you
a
know what?
book will
2 or
do.
3.
And with a book, and let me digress
gotta
on
be
this,
honest.
you get to think of it yourself. You get to use
You're using your imagination, yeah.
and you're like, this is how I think the character looks like.
I gotta say, Maude, you have a great point, like about series. I gotta say, I was skeptical about what you would think TV.
And that was like,
but honestly, like, and this is just a statistic that I'm gonna throw out there, and if you don't agree with it, I don't know what to say about how your brain doesn't work. But I want to say this: if you could probably name, you can name 10 of the greatest films of all time.
Yes.
And you could dissect them and explain why they're like great films, great stories. But you can't do the same thing with TV. There aren't 10 series that have as much of an in-depth story as like say like your 10 best movies.
Well, that's all good and well, but if you had only the one thing for the rest of your life, you don't want just 10.
Well, I'll tell you what,
Yeah,
that's true, but that's not what we're saying
out
here.
there.
Is it 10 here? No, it's literally, there are billions of movies.
So
I'm
many
going to
movies.
just say. Probably.
On Netflix.
Don't you think there's billions of movies? Owen? What do you think, there's 200,000 movies?
I don't think that there's a million.
Millions.
Is there
There's gotta be
In the world?
At least.
Yeah.
Hold on, Bollywood makes like 700 movies a year or
More
something
than Hollywood.
like that. Yeah, way more than Hollywood.
Okay, so there's a million movies.
Maybe billions.
Probably more. Millions.
It's gotta be.
I could say,
Gotta
is there a
be
movie for every person on the planet?
Can we say hundreds of millions?
I think there is. Hundreds of millions. Yeah, for sure.
At least, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Why isn't there a statistic of how many movies there are?
Schwooin, does this help?
Are you gonna
answer your
Google?
question?
Find out right
Schwooin.
now.
Shrewin.
So you're both. So no one's doing comics.
No.
No, I mean,
But
look, I love comics.
I love books.
And I do
as well.
love books too. When I said fuck books earlier, it was just a funny thing to say. So that maybe
You fucked a book once, didn't you?
I did fuck a book once. It was
Ooh.
called the Bible. Let's cut to a clip.
In a hotel room.
It was. I mean, I was lonely,
night,
so lonely, and those
old thing that was
and those
there.
pages were looking so fine, and that cover was leather bound,
There's many pages.
so tight. Well, there's so many pages.
Did you get a paper cut on your pee cut?
Well, we won't go there, but
So
there
what
was.
we do once we've all answered a question, you get to
I've seen this.
launch
Okay.
it.
Is
I've
there a
only hit it
secret?
once. Yeah.
Do you put it on
I
this
would
thing?
put, yes, and I would do it down a little bit and then kind of go 3/4.
Okay.
I know this from experience because I'm in the book, Alicia.
You're in the book.
Yeah. Mind you, though, Steve, you're on 7. Ooh.
I am on 7.
Oh, totally missed it. Do you want me to get another?
I'm going to jump in. This is a
Get it.
Twitter question from Troya at the Troya, and he's got a fantastic beard, so you should really listen to this one. What's the most...
How many movies are in the world?
This sounds wrong
What
to
did
me.
I say about Google?
I know, but I had to.
Not even 5 minutes ago?
Okay, so as of today, which I don't know when this was written, in 2012, as of today, this must be just American films.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's an assumption.
The Internet Movie Database records 268,246 features,
Not...
counting from 1888 to
It
2017,
must be more. Come on.
which includes films that are only in
I
production.
reckon I've seen about
hate
that
how
many
smug I
movies.
feel right now. I need to reel that back
You
in.
feel smog?
Small.
Would you like some Tums? You need heartburn? You
Smaug.
have heartburn?
Smaug.
I
feel...
this has to be just American films.
Yeah, I
what if
think
it's not,
so.
you know?
Okay, here we go. In the world, someone asked.
All right.
Next link was how many in the world? What? 326,000?
I thought there would be a link.
Okay, no, they says
There's
no.
a billion.
Okay, so they're saying no, I didn't, but that's how many feature films the Internet Movie Database has on their IMDb statistics page. Oh, here we go. By the way, out of the 3 million IMDb titles released between 1874 and 2025,
3 million.
only 10% are actual movies, while the overwhelming majority are TV, episodes.
Oh, no. I hate my more.
There has to be. So wait, so we can say.
She's right.
Right now. Watch me be
Well, we're gonna say
right
millions.
The right,
at least,
right,
right?
At least a million.
At least a million, Owen?
It must be. Come on.
Yeah,
The internet lies.
So, Troya says, what is the most obscure board game you've ever played?
Obscure board
I played a
game.
lot of board games as a kid, and I know the one for me because it was actually made in Australia. And my first television job was with the same production company that made this video game. Do you guys remember Nightmare? It was the VHS game that you put in
Oh.
and played along with a
I
board
played that
game.
Yeah.
So I played Atmosphere, which is like the second game from that one, and it's with the Harbinger of Death. who was an actor that was sitting there with his little coat on. Kind of looked like the Emperor from Star Wars. And he was like, stop! And you'd stop rolling the dice and playing the game. He goes, whose turn is it next? And you'd be like, and he's like,
And
you,
it was
miss a
terrifying.
turn. Who's next? And you're like, you, miss a turn. Who's next? You're like, fuck.
Miss your turn?
You are banished.
Banished? What do you do?
You have to flip the board, the piece of the board over, and you had to try
I
and
remember
make your
that
way
being
out of
really,
it.
terrifying.
the other one being really scary.
And
Can you-
atmosphere obviously spelled
Scary.
fear.
Wait, can you imagine like not having the board game element of that and just going to a video store and renting that and putting it in and be like, well, I can't wait for this movie.
Whose turn is it next?
What the fuck is this?
And you know that haunting, like when the clock strikes dong, it's like a dong kind of noise
Yeah,
sound
dong.
effect with like the spooky music at nighttime. Meanwhile, I'm like 9 years old playing this game, and what you have to do is write your biggest fear on a bit of paper like this and put it in a little bucket
Jesus.
with a lid on it.
Sounds terrifying.
Every
What
time.
happens to the fears?
Well, whoever.
Well, a man comes and collects them and he uses them for his own records.
I think
It's for the government wants to know.
Who's the man?
Yeah, there's a pervert that's collecting everyone's fears.
Well,
town.
mine, every single game, every time we played it, I would write down the same one word. Can you guess?
Hold on. Midgets.
That was a later fear that came about only 3 or so years ago.
Got it.
Earlier fear that you had
Hold on,
when
let's
I was a
hold on.
child.
when she was a
Monkeys.
child.
One word.
Monkeys.
Petrified.
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
Grew up in Queensland.
Oh, I would say cane toads.
Toads. Yep.
Toads.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Toads.
Cane toads
Cane?
in Queensland.
This is like
They're
the
a
third or
pest.
fourth time I brought up cane toads on a table talk. You guys
is
have
a
like
cane
you've got
toad?
like a folder of cane toad
Google
pictures
it.
that you've-
I don't think I want to.
Oh, okay. Basically,
pretty ugly.
this
what am I
is-
going to see? A frog?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's not a frog. That's no frog. That is a balrog. That's a balfrog.
All right, cane toad.
Balfrog.
What does that mean?
It's a balrog from Lord of the Rings. And it's
Oh.
with a frog.
Balfrog.
shall not pass.
You were afraid of this guy? He's adorable. That's the cutest thing I've ever
It's not
seen.
cute.
I don't like.
And you're actually supposed to kill them when you see
Why?
them.
Wait,
And
what?
people put them in their freezer. So
That's the
they,
humane
that's
way.
the humane way to die. But other people just take
wait,
golf clubs
what?
because they're a pest.
They're pests?
Introduced
They're a pest
species.
introduced to kill another
In
pest.
the
weren't they?
1950s,
Here we
there
go.
was a cane beetle epidemic where the beetles would go through all the canes and eat the harvest. So they introduced the cane toad to get rid of the cane beetle from Hawaii, an introduced species. And then it ate the cane beetle and it ate everything fucking else.
This
Yeah.
sounds like a fucking fairy tale.
No,
It's not.
true.
That's a nightmare.
And then they were going to
Atmosphere.
introduce something else to kill the cane toad.
But the cane toad doesn't have a predator.
That's why it's
Well, except for
scary.
fucking freezers, apparently. Jesus.
Pretend that's a cane toad.
Mom, I'm gonna get a hot pocket. Ah, fucking cane frog!
I know. And they're poisonous.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
What about
close.
Michael Cane Toad?
Oh my god, can someone please Photoshop Michael Caine's head on a cane
Cane
toad?
frog.
I need that in my
Cane-
life.
You're only
Cane
supposed
toad?
to
I'm
blow
going-
the freezer door off.
And I'm going home to Brisbane soon, so now when I see them, I won't be scared. I'll be like, I'm a toad.
Oh, Michael Caine.
So we're 16 years old.
You know who does an amazing Michael Caine impression? Peter Gilroy.
Yo, I've been in the Prestige and I felt a lot of pain. Hello, I'm Michael Caine.
That's a tally if you're keeping tally of the burps.
a Red Bull.
3-1, Alicia.
Yeah.
3-1.
I don't.
At least you
I
gotta get
actually
in there,
don't
girl.
burp. I've never burped in
That's
my life.
called not true.
It's true.
That's impossible.
Yeah, it makes like a
Cut to that clip. Okay, cool.
makes a gurgling noise in my throat, but it never comes out. Yeah, it's weird.
We could give her a pat.
No, I just
Give
go
her a
like.
pat. Do you know what we should do? Maybe before we ask the question, do we...
Do we reveal while
What's
we
going
have
on here with
milk?
this?
All right, I come bearing gifts, and I've just been sitting on it, so it's probably not.
What's going on? Like a cane
Are you
toad.
sitting on eggs?
But
It's a
all the
cane toad! You got a cane toad on you the whole time!
all the way
Caine
from
toad?
Australia. This is actually from Australia, but it's delicious. It's not scary. Tim Tams.
Oh, okay, I've heard of this.
And what you do with milk is you do a Tim Tam slam. Would you like to know how to do a Tim Tam slam?
I would love to learn how to do a Tim Tam
I'm gonna
slam.
make that really quickly as well. We're going to make this 3-2 very, very soon.
How are you burping from milk?
Oh, Lucy.
Sorry, everything she burps from. Okay, so
Oh my goodness.
take yourself a little.
So a Tim
Tim
Tam
Tam?
is essentially a chocolate two chocolate biscuits
But you say
sandwiched by some
cookies.
chocolate Oh yeah.
Cookies. They're
I'm not
cookies.
translating it.
Biscuits.
That
yeah.
sandwich is more like nice chocolate, and then it's encased in chocolate.
When I was
Really
a kid,
delicious.
I would listen to British programs and or watch
programs.
like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or something, or like
C.S.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the
Lewis.
Galaxy from like
Yes.
BBC, PBS shit. Love it.
The answer.
And they would talk about biscuits, and I was thinking about the fucking delicious KFC biscuits, and I was like,
No.
they love biscuits in the UK
And tea.
and tea.
So what you do is you bite off one corner, and then use it as a straw
Like
to
so.
suck
Wait.
through the liquid. So you go the whole thing. I go corner. Like, yeah. I bite off one corner,
What the fuck?
bite off the other
Don't
corner.
fight it. Just do it. There you go. Good boy.
I'm not fighting it.
Okay. And then
this corner, the opposite corner,
Yeah.
and then you use it. I think I bit off too much.
another target, a
Bit off more
military
than you
target.
can chew, Alicia.
I bit off more than I could chew, but use
Now
it as a straw.
What? This actually works?
This is gonna look gross.
Oh, fuck.
Woo.
Yep, I spilled a bunch of my crotch first. There's a whole bunch. That's gonna smell great later.
What are you doing? You just suck it through like a straw. Just drink
Yep.
it. And then what'll happen is the
This
milk...
is not very practical.
It's just
the
delicious.
milk will melt the cookie, but it's still encased in the chocolate, so it
It's
stays
good with
there.
hot milk.
But these need to be longer, Tim Tam.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Don't
they
you
make
think?
Tim Tam straws.
Yeah, then
What? Wait, so where did this come from? Who gave you this
Australia.
idea? Who gave you the
Australia.
idea for this shit?
Oh,
It's an official thing now. I don't know who came up with it first, but when I was given these Tim Tams, on the back it actually said how to do a Tim Tam slam.
This is barely working for me.
it's a little bit of a rocky.
I know.
aren't you? Is it soggy?
I think
soggy
it's better
cookie?
Oh
with
my
it.
god, that's amazing!
Yeah.
That's amazing!
So you could just dunk and eat as well.
Isn't that easier?
No.
Yeah.
I used to do this. Fun fact about little fatty Maude Garrett.
Who's that?
Every morning tea, little lunch. What do you guys call it? The first
Recess?
recess.
The fuck is happening right now?
It's in your beard.
I feel like I went through the wardrobe.
Little lunch and big lunch.
Jesus Christ.
Play
I
lunch.
would buy a
This is Hobbit shit that's happening right now.
Second breakfast.
Second breakfast. Elevensies. Sorry, go ahead.
And they would individually wrap these Tim Tams, and I would buy 2 of those for 45 cents each, and my little carton of milk for $1.05. So I had to have the same money every time.
$1.05.
$2, and I could really damage my breakfast. And then
You don't use like doubloons or something in Australia?
dollary dues.
What the fuck?
$900 dues.
There's a petition that dollary dues are going to be what the Australian dollar's
Oh,
called.
no.
I want it so bad.
Dollary dues.
No, please.
A
no.
dollary do.
Oh, that'll cost you $17 dues.
$17 days.
I love it.
17.
People really won't take us seriously then. Even
I-
less.
I can barely take you serious with this Tim Tam business. Why is it corners? I feel like
Well-
it'd be easier to just do the top.
Yeah,
Huh?
You
That's
want to
what
give it a go.
Maud did the top and the bottom. I always did the corners,
Why,
but I think
though?
corners with tea
Corners
works better
seem messier.
to make it like a straw. Like
Trying to get
go
as much
lengthways.
length. Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get as much length as you can.
Oh, that's just bringing back my childhood.
I know.
I would have that
my
every
God.
day, 5 days a week.
It's hard to stop at just one. with Tim
Well, I'm
Tams.
telling you right now,
And
I'm
I
trying
think-
for 2.
I brought this up as well.
Is
When,
it working?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in no way practical.
No, not meant
This
to be.
isn't a way to quench thirst
It's-
at all.
It's just meant to be delicious.
I'm so thirsty.
Practical.
Yeah, drink it through this cookie. That's the only way.
So there's a 90s commercial where Kate Blanchett got her big break, and Tim Tam were known for saying, like, a genie comes,
Yeah.
and you get one wish, what is it? Oh, a packet of Tim Tams that never
never
runs
runs
out.
out.
And that was Kate Blanchett.
So that's your guys' equivalent of like, this stuff's made in New York City. New York City, get a rope.
New York City. Get a rope.
And Sam Basher keeps singing Oscar Mayer's Meats song.
Oscar Mayer, yeah.
Is it OSCAR?
Yeah.
My baloney has a first name. It's
Oh.
OSCAR.
Yes, he sings that all the time. And he's like, look at me like I'm weird because I don't know what he's on about.
But Tim Tam Slam, yeah.
What about just a
Totally normal.
dollop will do ya?
Dollop
Doesn't know
will do
about
ya.
that one. A little dollop will do
No.
ya?
That should be Australian.
But what
Dollop will
about
do ya.
A dollop will
about
do ya?
go to
Oh,
bed, Jessica?
What the fuck is that?
2, 3.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Go to bed, Jessica.
Go to bed, Jessica. What is that?
It was about
was that?
binge drinking. So Jessica, a young kid, comes out and sees her big brother drinking a lot.
Go to bed, Jessica.
You don't want to see this, Jessica.
Yeah.
Keep
It was
away from-
effective advertising if we're still talking about it all this
Yeah,
time
exactly.
later.
You know what else is the "This is your brain on drugs" thing? Did you guys ever see that?
I heard about that, yeah.
It's like they break the egg. They're like, "This is your brain."
Oh,
They
that's
break
your
it into
brain on-
half.
Yeah.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Also, you know what? I didn't get a chance to say my obscure game. Can I tell you? When I was like
please.
6 or 7 years old, maybe like 7, I had a Willow game. Yeah. Yeah.
Loves Willow.
I know, I love Willow, and it was a board game of Willow, and I was like, my brother and I were freaking the fuck out. We were like, oh yeah, Willow game!
Can I buy that on eBay?
Hold on,
Don't
though.
you guys buy it before I
Before you do, well, I mean, I was a kid, and so we open it up, and we're like, fuck yeah, look, it's fucking Laura Dannon and Willow and Migosh and
And was
fucking...
it just a board game?
It
where
was
you-
a complicated as fuck RPG type game with a thick ass book in it, and my brother and I were like, what the fuck is this? If 3 rolls means Laura Dannon gets like 2 fucking like lightning points or some shit. Like it was ridiculous, and I had no idea what it was. And
That sounds
I know now I would play the fuck out of it.
so good. Can we do
You have
board
to
game?
find
Yeah,
it.
let's find it.
How we're going to do board game night?
Let's find it. Guys, we have a P.O. box just in case you find it. Send it to us and we'll send you some PayPal money or something.
I'm going to throw it in there as well really quickly. The board game that I played as a kid that I still think about to this day, and I do mini D&D campaigns, which we're going to be doing, kind
wait.
of based off this, Key to the Kingdom. So it was actually a board game, and then you could flip it out
Cool.
as well. So it was expandable, and there were like 6 castles, and when you defeated the monster in it, you'd get a treasure, and then one of the 6 treasures was the key to the kingdom.
That's
and once you
cool.
got that and went all the way back to the board, you would win.
I'm into
I
that.
don't know if it's a board game, but I used to love Guess Who.
Guess Who's great?
Yeah.
Guess Who was so much
I
fun.
had Hitler in one of my Guess Who's.
What?
I don't know if it was like someone messed with me and they left it at a thrift store and they were like,
Do you think that would be an easy, like, do you
Yeah.
have Hitler?
I committed mass genocide and
can't
killed
be Mrs.
millions.
Brisby. Can't be. Hold on, but I will say one of my favorite board games as a kid was this Little Shop of Horrors like Audrey 2 thing.
yeah.
And I loved it. It was like
Yeah.
this big, it was like the plant and it had like the vines and everything. And the
It's
game
called the
was
Sarlacc.
no, it was Audrey 2. It was a plant.
Yeah.
And it
Like
you
a
would,
fly trapper.
Yeah, and you would prop its mouth open, and then you had these like marbles, these trays with marbles in them,
cool.
and then you would pick a marble and you would like put it in its
That's right.
mouth.
And the one that snapped.
Yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
amount of marble. It would make a snap, and then the game would be over. Yeah,
Kind of like Jenga mixed with Hungry
Hungry Hippos,
Hippos.
yeah. with a little bit of some other games too, right? Remember? Do you remember Break the Ice? You guys ever play that one?
No.
It was like a raised tray, and you would like build these like there were all these white blocks, and you would like stick them in, and you would use the tightness of the bricks to like suspend them over this tray, and then everyone would get like a little mallet, and they would like they would take turns like knocking out one cube at a time. Right? Oh, I
Wow.
remember that shit.
See, this is all before we had all this other distractions. Like,
I know.
oh.
Well, now we've got computers in our hands.
Yeah.
No, I'm
With
neat.
With
to make
porn on it.
things.
I don't want to touch any cube shit when there's porn on my computer. Jackie Schwartz says, "What's the worst thing you've ever done to a friend?" I broke my best friend's leg in the 4th grade.
Oh,
Jesus
Ooh,
Christ.
what's the worst
mine,
thing?
because I'm really nice, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
And once, but the meanest thing I ever did was my good friend Lucy at school. She loved Axl Rose and she wanted to get married to Axl Rose. And one day I said, "You're never gonna get married to Axl Rose because he's with Stephanie Seymour." And she cried.
Ooh, that's boss. That's,
so
that's
mean.
fucked up,
It's
man.
the
know.
bully-free zone. I think you should leave.
As
You know
mean
what,
as I
Alicia?
ever got in my life.
Now's your chance to make it right. Go ahead and tell her.
Lucy, I'm really sorry. You could marry Axl Rose anytime you want. I don't know if you want to now,
Maybe,
but you
did
could
her
have
a
back
favour.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, Axl Rose looks like garbage now, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I think Stephanie Seymour came out and saying, "Was that a burp
Excuse me, I'm not feeling
or a
good.
vomit?"
I thought it was a
I was in the sun. No farts today. You know why? I have a theory. These past couple of
Around
weeks.
me?
No. Here's my thing. These past couple of weeks, I've had these like turbocharged fucking farts, and they are like
What have you been eating?
primo shit. I have a theory. I've been going into the editor's room, leaving the best farts in there. And if you've
dirty.
seen that room, it's quite small. We got some new guys in there that don't know who the fuck we
They're
are.
like, "Let me out."
And I'm just dropping bombs. But I mean, look, guys, real good ones, like fun
Usually
cartoon
they
for the
don't
kids
smell.
farts. Like hire me for your parties
Like, do they
farts.
have a
I
little,
will
like,
entertain your
Puff
children.
of air.
They'll be like "Pernt," and there'll be enunciation in it. And so, but I think here's my theory. Are you ready? I have not farted once today. Not once. What
Being in
time
the
is
sun?
it?
Like 1:30?
Not once, and
Yeah.
it's terrifying.
One-
You know why?
That's gonna blow.
You know why though? I think, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, and tell me in the comments I'm wrong. I think it was the oatmeal. Oatmeal.
Like soaked it up.
But you have oatmeal every
I
morning.
have oatmeal
Oh.
every
You did
morning,
this
and I
morning.
didn't this
Damn.
morning.
Do it again tomorrow
Yeah.
and see if that's the thing.
If that's the
I didn't
case.
know oatmeal could make you toot.
Well, I don't know either. Is it a thing, or is there something wrong with me?
Definitely not a toot. It's
Poop?
a jump under a table in case the roof collapses.
Is it like?
Oh yeah, no, they are not toots.
Is it like Inception?
Yes.
I like literally have several times asked you to check your pants.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I would not trust that one.
And believe me, I have. And
They never smelled before.
they didn't smell
were so
before. I know, but
comfortable
these
though.
have been like pretty intense. Loud sounds,
know.
great smells.
I have a theory. Unless it sounds like a duck asking a question,
Yeah.
it shouldn't be coming out of the butthole.
Well, my favorite.
Quack.
Yeah, that's a good. It's like, have you guys ever seen Caddyshack? You a fan of Caddyshack?
Yeah.
It's like when what's his name? Hey, get no respect here. What's his name? Rodney Dangerfield. When Rodney Dangerfield is at the dinner table and he farts, and he's like,
Somebody stepping a duck?
like I fucking love it. All right, worst thing you've done to your friend. You got
Oh,
it?
that's
Axel
right.
Rose.
You've already done it. You've said
Worst
it.
thing that I've done to my friend.
Ate my pizza last night.
Is that your pizza?
Yeah, it's fine though. I don't mind.
Which one? I ate 2 pizzas
Yeah,
last night.
one of them. I was like, oh, what should I have for lunch? I remember I bought a delicious pizza. Oh, it's gone.
Shit. What are we talking? We talking Papa John's?
No, it was like a rice crust.
Oh,
Which
God.
one was
bloody.
yours?
What is
Amy
this
from?
garbage?
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
Oh yeah.
If it makes
Some
you
me
feel
a
better.
favour.
frou-frou LA place where it's like, can I get it gluten-free?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I'm not in the fat club because I'm gluten free.
Yeah, right.
You want me to do it? One day I'm gonna eat bread in the morning, and then I'm gonna have a full pizza, and then I'm gonna shove some more gluten down, and I'm gonna sit next to you all day.
Mom, I would love that. I would love that a lot.
She's
And
terrifying.
then grab a beer, chug the beer, because heaven forbid anything that happens to my body when I have beer.
It'd be like,
I always had a theory that if I had a really indulgent
belly.
dinner at night and then I got mugged, I'd be like, don't hurt the baby, and it would be out here.
That would be a beer baby.
Yes.
I was a beer baby. Born a beer. The worst thing I've ever done to a friend really quick is, it was by accident. I was climbing into Owen's car. I can't remember if I was climbing in it or out of it, and I broke the entire center console. It was made out of the cheapest plastic, I can only assume, and it destroyed his center console. I'm so sorry, Owen. Do you remember that?
Yep.
That's probably not the worst thing I've ever done to a friend, but to my knowledge, that's pretty bad.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, well.
You're a good friend.
Yeah, I
You're a
didn't
good
lie
friend.
about Axl Rose.
I know.
Well, that wasn't even a
So
lie. It
mean.
was just you being truthful, but you're trying to break that poor girl's heart.
I was.
You don't
I'm
wanna,
sorry.
You don't want to aim
Fuck
really
it.
quickly?
I'm already ahead of everybody. No one's going to catch up. Guys, thank you so much for watching Table Talk, Alicia.
We still on the air?
We are still in the air. What a sweetheart for coming
Oh,
in. It
thanks
is
for
always a
having
pleasure
me.
seeing you.
It's fun. I forget that the camera's rolling, so like we're just hanging out.
This is exactly what it's like.
So thanks for having me.
Where can
Thank
people
you.
find
Great.
you?
You can find me on all the social media at Alicia Malone, and I have my own YouTube movies on my jam.
Do you have a Bumble account?
Whoop whoop. No.
Oh, you're on.
What is that?
You not on Bumble?
Dating app?
Oh.
You on?
No, I haven't tried any of the dating apps.
Are you on Glint?
I'm too scared.
What's that one?
You don't have your
that?
own Glint? Just kidding. I made them both. It's garbage, but it sounds real, doesn't it?
Bumble is
It's all
an
garbage.
actual app.
I don't know, maybe.
Bumble, Hinge, I hear.
Yeah, sure.
I don't
Are
know.
you on Funt? I just joined.
You
great.
random word
Tip-tip.
A
generator.
lot of perks on Funt.
If I'm
You wanna answer?
ever, I mean, I'm gonna do my type of answer, which
Go
is
ahead.
not really answering.
There you go.
Start
talking about anime.
and if I ever become the patriarch of a family, even though I don't plan to have kids, like I'm gonna let them know we don't need to do the reunion thing. We
No?
can show up if we all happen to show up at the same time. Good. I'm not trying to organize it because one of the family members is going to be stressed out and they're going to take it out on their significant other who's going to
They're
take it out on their
never
kids.
fun.
And their kids are going to beat up my kids.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I know if my sister ever has kids, her kids are gonna whoop my kids' ass.